Global Information Tracker, or more formally known as Git. A globally used software to track changes to any sets of files. Most commonly used by programmers to collaborate and organise their code. But that's just an extremely brief overview of what Git is. In this video, I'm going to be going over in detail what Git is, why it's so popular in the programming community, and why you should learn it, as well as how you can learn it. Hi friends, it's James and welcome back to my channel. So as I just said, we're going to be looking into the world of Git. But before we can look into how we can use Git, we need to understand why we should and how it works. So Git offers a range of functionalities, but one of its main features is version control. Well, what this is? Well, it's basically where it tracks changes to any files that you edit or create. Advantages of this mean that if you ever make a mistake, you can revert your file back to a previous state that you know works, and this is massive in the programming community, the programming world. So I mentioned the programming world, and quite rightly so, as that is what Git was basically designed for. I suppose you could use it for other tasks outside of programming, maybe managing photos, but that wouldn't really work. So yeah, its sole purpose is for programming. But what other features of Git make it worthwhile? Well, another massive feature that draws so many people to Git is the ability for you to work on code with other people. You can work on the same file with other people. Well, that's not really Git. That's the software that runs on top of Git, VS Code. That's what allows you to work on the same file at the same time with other people. But my point still stands. You also have the ability to share repositories with other people, which allows organisation and management of code unbelievably easy. But what actually is a repository? Well, think of the repository as the place in where you store your code. The server in which your code is stored onto, in which your code can be located. If you're looking at how Git is used in a professional production environment, well, all of my previous points still stand. However, there are a few more. So with each repository that you create, you have the ability to create branches of them. So first, what is a branch? Well, think of it as a subsection of a project in where you can store code that doesn't directly impact the main overall project. Hopefully that makes sense in what I've just explained. But why would you want to use branches? Well then, let me give you an example. You run a website and the code for your website is stored and located and linked to a main repository. However, you need to make some changes and you want to be able to back up all of your code so your colleagues can see it, edit it, suggest changes and work with you on it. But the problem is if you upload this development code to the main repository, the main project where the website is linked to, there's a chance that, quite a high chance actually, that you could break the main website with this development code, as the website is linked to this main repository. So what you would do in this situation is to create a separate branch in where you can upload all of this developmental code, so it doesn't actually affect the main live website. So your main live website won't be affected at all, and all your colleagues can still work and help on that developmental code, but on a separate branch that doesn't affect anything. So yeah, that's why you would use branches in a professional environment. But Git doesn't just help you with programming, it can also help you get jobs in the future. It can help you get a job in the computing and softwaring world. So if you're planning on applying to a tech company to work at, and you're applying for a position to do with programming, they'll most likely, well, no, definitely require you to have an understanding of Git. So we've now discussed what Git is and why it's so popular. Let's now talk about how you can learn it. Well then, there's quite a few tutorials out there on the internet. A quick Google search and I can guarantee that you'll find something that will be able to help you learn it. Maybe a YouTube video, an article. There will definitely be something out there that you can find to learn from. However, I'm actually planning on making a full tutorial about Git. I'll be showing you everything from the basics all the way up to the advanced level stuff. So make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss that. But the best way to learn from Git, the quickest way to learn from Git, is to just go out into the wild and practice it. Any programming project that you have now, open it up right now and start using Git on it. Trust me, you'll learn Git in no time this way. But that now brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you've learned something and can take away why Git is so useful. And I hope you're going to go out there and conquer Git. Let me know down in the comments if you're attempting to do this and whether or not you succeed. If not, then I'll try and help you out in any way I can. But anyway, while you're down there, please do consider giving this video a like, as it helps it out in the YouTube algorithm so much. And it will just push this video to so many more people. Also down now, consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me out a lot. But anyway, I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya!